Hey guys, welcome back. Hope you had a good Thursday, July 22nd. We're going to talk about the market, GME, some technical analysis, good loss porn for you, my option plays. Yeah, sub up, like up, comment down, happy money sticks around. Here's our Twitter. Follow us on here at Happy Money YT. That one. And we have a Discord you can get on also. Anyways, yesterday it was undecided. GME's short-term price action. Today it's been confirmed. So basically it's not breaking out, as you see. TA on the hourly has turned back bearish, and as you can see here, it did not break this new high yesterday. I thought at one point maybe it could be inverse head and shoulders, shoulder, shoulder, head. It wasn't. And even during this rally here, I liked it. The fact that it just kind of held up around here. I wasn't as confident yesterday's close, but I was still hopeful. The MACD was still good. We were overbought at the beginning of the day, but then it came down. And then today, yeah. So today it's confirmed, to me at least, either consolidation or foreseeable future until we really get bullish signals. So it wouldn't matter if I just had shares, but I just have all those calls that are basically worthless now, unfortunately. Like I said, when I bought them, I was super hyped and I was anticipating it just a little bit too early. I didn't have patience. And when you don't have patience and you anticipate something happening, you don't wait for the confirmation. Sometimes it works and you get a way better buy-in price, and you can make bigger gains. You get lucky. Other times it doesn't, and that's why to be consistent, to stay in the market, to keep trading, you've got to be patient and you've got to wait for confirmation. And I didn't, and this was the lesson. The lesson was the MACD hadn't crossed over bullish on the daily, which was the main one. We didn't have any green candles over the 9 moving, just this one that ripped through. Yeah, main thing was that MACD crossover on the hourly. Yeah, it looked good, but I'm waiting for a daily to get a 1 or 2 week price increase like we have back here and back here and back here. So I thought we were maybe in this range right here, kind of coming up, and maybe a week of consolidating. This range was actually better in my opinion, at least for confirmation, because turn it down a little bit more, because that range back there, the MACD crossed over, so it was bullish. Even though we were trading sideways, it was consolidating. It's still, you could have been loading up on plays there because we had green candles over the 9 moving. We had bullish MACD and it was staying above that 9 moving average. So trading sideways, but looking good. Over here, it's trading sideways, but everything's still bearish. Momentum is still downward until this really crosses over, and until we have we're over our 9 moving average. Something else that's interesting is the 9, how close it's getting to this 180 moving average. It's still a ways off, but if you look back here, you can see when this dipped here and it was in the 40s, that was the closest it had been to the 180 moving average. This is the closest it's been since then. So if you look at this drop back here, I keep comparing it to this one because it looks the most similar. Even right here, we crossed over and then it crossed back, just went back and forth for one extra time in here, just of consolidating. So you want volume to confirm the move, and that's where you get right here. If you waited till here, it would have been true confirmation. You wouldn't get to play as much of it, but it would have been confirmed, and you'll have much more consistency as far as wins when you do this. So that's kind of what we're waiting on now. SPY's coming down. We've got 30 minutes to close. My play, I mean, it wasn't really worth it. Once I had confirmation that this move wasn't going to happen right now, it wasn't worth it for me really to close. I was down maybe 70% already. So I'll kind of ride it out. I mean, tomorrow, it's possible it still goes up tomorrow. TA, the TA isn't showing that it can't go up tomorrow. It could rip up tomorrow. We could bounce off this 9 moving average as support and go up tomorrow for sure. but the momentum right now is still bearish. So that's where it's probably going to expire worthless tomorrow on those. And next week we'll just have to wait and see, and maybe next week will be big. The failed deliver today was supposed to be like 400,000 failed delivers are supposed to be covered. I wasn't really banking on that. I was just anticipating this crossover, and I was too early on it. Too hyped. But yeah, so basically coming down, I mean, we could bounce off this 9 moving average. We could come back down even this 160 range and just consolidate. As long as we don't break this low, I think we're finding a consolidation zone and a floor. If it breaks this low again, then we're going to continue this downward trend, in my opinion, of, you know, what we've been doing. These lower lows, lower highs that we've been making, you know. We'll just stay in this channel. But I think this channel is broken here because we got this double bottom, this higher low. We did have a kind of a curl up on the MACD. We also had a tick up on the RSI, a big engulfing green candle here. For those reasons, I think this is a floor for now. Again, if this breaks down and we break this low, then we're going to be back in this channel. But I don't think so. I think this is the bottom, and I think we might trade up here, or we might come back down and kind of retest these lows, like 160 area, 162, and kind of do this pattern for a bit until it's ready to choose a direction. And I think at that point the direction will be up once it's chosen, but we'll have to wait and see. So nothing's changed for me fundamentally with the company, with Ryan Cohen, with crypto dividends, with the squeeze happening. None of that's changed. I just, on the options, I jumped the gun on it, and it cost me. So SPY today looks like, again, you got to kind of trade with momentum and trade where it's going. It's bullish. On the daily, it's kind of fighting it on the daily. It's still bearish on the daily, but it's just had this epic 3-day rebound. On the hourly, it's still bullish, but when you get these kind of dojis and these smaller bodied candles, sometimes it's signal of a reversal. So I already have SPX puts for tomorrow. They're pretty far. They're down here, so they probably won't do much for me tomorrow. Hard to know. But if this kind of flattens out up here, the market, the SPY, or comes down, then we'll have confirmation that this was the high. This is a lower high, and we're in a kind of a downward trend. Because even back here, so say we just did this right here, that happened here, and then it came up here, then it was here, but then it started going up past that. So this is kind of the same thing here. If this was last high and then it kept coming down, then this would have been the top. And so that's kind of what we're waiting for on the SPY. And it's coming down a little bit here. Back down to VWAP at least. And GME, yep, crept up to VWAP. We'll see, maybe something crazy will happen in the last 30 minutes. And honestly, we could see that where someone's covering some margin call or something happens, and this thing just rips up and turns this candle around where it just goes boop, and it becomes even a green candle. Have to come up to 186. If it came up to 186 though, this MACD actually on the daily would turn green. This candle would turn green, and my sentiment would change. I would say, all right, we are in a bullish pattern. I am happy with my calls, even though tomorrow probably won't be good, but not good enough. But yeah, that can happen. We've seen it. We saw it 2 days ago right here in the last, what was that, 10 minutes? So let me show you guys the option plays we have. I didn't do a whole lot today. Volume, I didn't even talk about volume today, was just insanely low. So no trades, at least on the stock exchange. Dark pool trading, we've talked about. OTC trading, all that stuff. It's going on in the background, but there's just not a whole lot of trading going on. The buyers that have it, you know, they're not selling, and the sellers, they're not selling. So it's just sitting still. If there weren't fake shares, this thing would just stop trading because we're just at a standstill. So it's kind of crazy. It's really crazy. With all the fake shares though, that's why the thing can keep moving, even though most of it is in exchanges we can't see off market. So let's see. Here are 230 calls. They're down 91% now. Yeah, they were down like 80% at one point. It could have saved maybe 800, maybe $1,000, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. It's once it's down that much, to me, it's almost just like ride it out, see what happens. Our 320 calls for next week, they're down 65%. So next week could still be good. There's no signs that it will be yet. However, if that is a floor, then us consolidating, you know, for a couple more days, you know, tomorrow and then say Monday, Tuesday, you know, we might be bullish by Wednesday, and then Thursday, Friday we could rally. So not to say next week will be good, but really, if we're comparing it to this, it looks like we might be in this long of a time frame. So really, this was like, I'd like to think that we're right here. That's what it looks the most similar. We've got this kind of pattern, so I'd put us for like 3 or 4 days of consolidation. We got 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. This was already bullish though on the MACD and above the 9 moving, so not certain. We could be further back here and need a couple weeks, but yeah, we'll have to wait and see on those. any bit of positive movement, not any bit, but if we have pretty solid movement to the green side, these will come up in value quick. They drop 60% in just a few minutes if it's close to the expiration. The sentiment on them. We have 210 puts, 192.5, 195 put credit spread. So as long as I have capital, I'll keep rolling that over and roll it over to next week, as well as these puts. I'll roll these over. And then we have a SPX put for tomorrow, might expire worthless. Closed out of the Airbnb call debit spread and coin debit spread because they seem to be petering out. As far as getting the max gain on those, I wasn't even sure the right timing on it because it's since they're now debit spreads, it maybe doesn't matter that much. And legging into it still in the money, because I think I legged into both of them within the money ones, so maybe it didn't. Maybe it was just better off just to sell it. I did sell a call on Airbnb with our shares also. Excuse me. Yeah, that's all we did. You want to see our performance today? Down 13 grand on GME. That's today. You want to see month to date? 50. Not all that is realized. A lot of that is in shares. So the options, just the options that we won't be able to get back, is probably like 15. But with the shares and selling puts, yeah, we're down a lot. That's because we started selling puts right here. It's too hyped. Too hyped. No patience. But that's what I got for you guys. I'm not going to go through different speculation on this or that. Just going to look at the TA. Gonna wait. Hopefully I'm going to wait for volume. Again, should see some more consolidation. Could come back down here and kind of retest maybe this 160, or we might, or this maybe is our floor right here, 176. If it breaks below this, probably expect it down somewhere down here. As long as we stay above that low of 158, we should be good. We should be out of this downward channel and into a flattening period. Sub up, like up, comment down. Happy money sticks around. If for nothing else, just for the lost point I get to share with you. Thanks for watching, guys. We will see you tomorrow. Peace out.